In today's art session, I am practicing shadows. So what I did is that I'm taking some old drawings that I had and I've just put some tracing paper on top of them. And then I created this thing that is a cheap version of a shadow box. Let me flip it. This is effectively a storage box that I have, and I simply stuck a clip-in light that I usually use for my webcam, and this is to help me find some more interesting light angles. And I'm just going to try and play a bit with this to see what shadows I can overlay on my already existing drawing. This is just about marking the various areas. So you have a very dark shadow, slightly lighter, then a light, just to see where the light hits. On this one, I used a different lighting angle, and I'm working on the shadows. Like this is the occlusion shadow, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the shadows in various shades. These are some composition studies. So effectively, you take a post-it and you have a few objects that you want to paint, so a mug and a paintbrush, whatever, a paint tube, whatever, and then you start thinking, if I were to position this in a different setting, maybe in the middle, maybe just a tiny bit of a bigger frame, maybe just remove something against a dark background, etc., etc., what would that look like? And then that prevents you from already starting your painting or drawing, not knowing that which setup would be optimal. And obviously that is very subjective, but it kind of helps with the being clear on the mood you want to give. So for me, my favorite compositions, I would say this one and this one. I guess I like a dark background. I think I generally like a dark background. I'm still now in the second month of my journey, so this is gonna take some time, but I would really love to do lots of dark paintings. The previous session was all just with a black marker. I did this session now, and it's actually using two markers. So I have a black and a gray, and again, just playing with different compositions. And this is the best way to use post-its. I think I've had this pack of post-its since Belgium. Can you imagine? It's been with me from Belgium to the UK, my first flat and this flat, and now it finally meets its demise. But what a beautiful way for it to end, rather than in a workshop where people ended up fighting over ideas. I like it. One thing I started doing whenever I feel the itch to buy things is that I just watch people do their art vlog, art haul. So I just watch people buying their stuff, so I don't have to buy anything while making my dinner. To be honest, it's been ages. I haven't been able to do consistent painting and drawing, but I'm trying my best because I'm quite busy. So today I'm working from home. I have a nice 45-minute lunch break, which is decent. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do 15 minutes eating and 30 minutes drawing or something like that. And I'm about to unbox a new parcel because, yeah, I always need to get stuff. So this is what it looks like. It came from Jackson's Art. I bought some specialty papers. I like that they come wrapped in a carton, but these are some dark papers because now I want to start practicing playing with tones. So I will be drawing things with white charcoal. Speaking of which, I have some charcoal pencils here because I realized that the one pencil that I always try to use is actually very crumbly. Oh god, that's how it goes. So I have lots of pencils, but actually I don't really have a proper charcoal pencil, which is is interesting because I'm now just learning about the various materials. And so what I was using, assuming it's charcoal, ended up being something called Pierre Noir. I don't even know what it is. I'm trying to find it to show you, but I can't find it. So here are the pencils that I bought. They're all charcoal pencils from a brand called Generals, although some of them were shipped in this box. They're just recycling boxes. I have three softness, so 2B, 4B, 6B, and then white. And the reason for that is that as I was trying to do my practice, I realized that the only thing that was close to a charcoal was this Pierre Noir by Conte à Paris, which is very, very crumbly. It doesn't really work, but I still did my best to make it work. Funny enough, everything else is kind of graphite or, yeah, stuff like that. So just to be able to move on to my next set of practice, I needed charcoal. I'm going to keep the one of each in this little box just to protect them because they tend to break a lot and they're quite crumbly and soft. This is why I need so many of them, because they go down very quickly. The rest I'm gonna just keep in the box because they can be quite messy. In my last hour's vlog, you saw that I was doing quite a lot of stuff on my sketchbook, but since then I had been working on thumbnails, which you will have seen. That's the thing I did in post-its. I didn't end up doing much on my notebook. I did play with some hatching, with some different marks. How do you do different lines, textures, and things like that. So, but there wasn't much of it. The only thing I might have done, which was almost an end of module type of thing, where I did a still life. I used the Pierre Noir pencil, which I really didn't like. I wish I had a charcoal. Really struggled to finish this, but I've done it anyway. It's a bit creepy, obviously, because he has a skull, but I'm looking forward to actually starting more drawings using my basic paper, and I can't wait to finish this sketchbook. It's just going to be a nice milestone for me.